Alright, so today I'm going to be changing the fuel filter in my 2007 Ford Mustang GT. This will work for 2005 through 2009 Ford Mustang GTs with the 4.6 liter. So their fuel filter, you're going to have to jack up your car for this, is over here on this side. Under there there's a plate that has to come off, and then we got to replace the fuel filter. But first we have to unpressurize the fuel filter, or the fuel system. So what you're going to need to do is pull fuse 21 right there. It's this number, right, this one. So we're going to need to pull that. That's for the fuel filter, so we can it won't get any power now, so it won't pump more fuel, so we can go and actually crank it and get all the fuel out of the system, so we can replace the fuel filter. Okay, so now that that's undone, what you're gonna need to go do, so get your keys. You're gonna get in the car now. I have mine kind of jacked up. Okay, so now it shouldn't pump any more fuel. If not, you did the wrong fuse. So put the clutch in, and then 1, 2. Okay, now that should get all the fuel out of the system. Okay. So now what you can do is jack up the car, which I'm gonna do, and then I'll record from there. Okay, so now I'm under the car. So the fuel filter is under here. So we're gonna need to take this cover off. So there's one bolt here, one bolt here. There's like a push pin thing here that we're gonna have to pull out. And there was gonna be a bolt here, but I guess the guy before me lost that one, or the shop didn't put it on. So yeah, so I'm gonna take those off and then go from there. Alright, so I got this cover off. Well, I'm just draping it down right there because I can access the fuel filter right here. So I'm gonna undo this bolt now, loosen up, so I can actually get to the fuel filter. So yeah. Alright, so I got the fuel filter mount off. See, now I can wiggle and get in there. Next thing we're gonna do, this is a fuel line coming from the gas tank. It flows up and then it flows into the engine. So how to get these off, there's these green push pins. See the green right there? And then there's one on that side. What we do is you want to push those in and then wiggle it back and forth, and it'll pop the lines off, and then we can pull the fuel filter out and put the new one in and pop those lines back on. So I'm gonna get those gas lines off, or try to, and then yeah, let you know how that goes. Alright, so I got the fuel filter out. Those clamps are kind of a bitch. Went this way. See, flow goes that way. So yeah, so fuel's gonna go everywhere, so have something ready to catch it. I made a mess from oil earlier, so I'm gonna have to pressure wash the driveway out anyway. So yeah, so now you can just install your new one. You slide the new one in, and then connect the two hoses and bolt it back up. So yep, I'm gonna get the new one in and let you guys know how that's going. Alright, so I got the new one in. So yeah, so you, because it has this lip right here, so you slide it in through these grooves. Put this one on. There's these lips on the ends, and you press that button in and it slides over the groove, and then it closes around it. So that's what those are for. Let me see if the other one has it. Yeah. So on this other one right here, so this is how the oil filter would go. It'd go like this, so the hose slides over this lip right there, and then you press the button, slide it over, and then it clips, and then it holds it from going back. So that's what you have to do the new one. Let's see here. So yeah, and then it all just slides back up in place. Screw that bolt back in, and then put the cover, and then we'll go from there. So yeah. Alright, so I got the fuel filter and got the cover back on, got all the screws and push ring things back plugged in. So yeah, now we're Now what we're going to do is go plug the fuse back in. So we want to plug this fuse back in right here. Number 21 goes right there. Plug that back in. Can put the cover back on. Okay, now we're going to get in there and crank her over and see if she starts. Goes away. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I'm in the car now, so fuse is back in, car's lowered back down, got a new fuel filter installed. So now what you're going to need to do is start the car. So when you crank it over, it might not start right off the bat because it's got to get that fuel from the tank through that new filter up into the engine before it'll start. So it might take a minute, but I already cranked it over off camera, but I'm just going to do it again. So yeah. So that's how to change your fuel filter in a 2007 Ford Mustang GT. So hope this helped.